Welcome to the Wolfkeeper, a show that's just about everything that you can maybe think about, everything that you can feel that's inside of your heart. What I need for you to do right now is spend the next hour relaxing. Just stop your day before you go into 12 o'clock. And I just want y'all to close your minds, open your hearts, and relax and go on this journey with me. It's a beautiful place that you're about to go, because I want to make you feel, I want to just open you up and think about some things you never really thought about. Right now, the Wolfkeeper. Come on. Good morning, y'all. Come on. It's the Wolfkeeper show. Get ready. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. It's the Wolfkeeper show. Your boy, Tori Sanzoni. Yeah. Chanelli Nell. My boy Tyrone Scott somewhere rocking the Doogie Dogs. Denzel's in his house. Shacky Shack. And for all the people out there that love us, we love you back. Thank you all. Get ready for an amazing show with the Wolfkeeper. Get ready. Here we go.
kind of grew it gradually over the years. And I started thinking about doing online courses probably 4 years ago or something like that. I started to learn about it. So although everyone is doing online courses and doing everything online, having online stores and everything now, I've been working on it for years. And it takes a long time to figure all that stuff out, and, you know, email marketing, and there's been just so many things, and social media that I've been perfecting for years. And now I'm really happy because I'm in a position where I can teach other people to do it, because I had to kind of learn it all the hard way and just figure it out, because there weren't a lot of resources, especially specific to people in the pet industry. And so now I just feel so lucky that I can help other people, because there's so many pet business owners who are like freaking out about what they're going to do this year. And a lot of them don't have the technological know-how to do all of this stuff. So I try to simplify it and, you know, share my knowledge with people. And I recently launched, we were talking about this before, but I launched an online course about how to create your own on-demand online store, which I think is really awesome, because what on-demand online store means is that your inventory is made as customers order it. So you don't have to stock any inventory. So it's very eco-friendly. There's no waste.
Also not a lot of startup costs.
It's also not a lot of startup costs because you don't have to buy all that inventory.
It's just,
it's been really fun. I had like almost 200 people do a 5-day challenge around this to kind of get some momentum going, and then a bunch of people
I gotta back up though too, because we gotta go into your resume. You just said I had some moments flow because I mean that's why I love talking to you, because I like wish that I had your educational background, because those things did not exist back in my olden days of college. So just I want to inspire a lot of young people now that are listening. But my son, he'll be a freshman going to school this year. And what you majored in, that is a real thing now. And I want that. I think we have the same major, so I would love for everyone to do what you did. So explain that to them.
Yeah, so I went to college for, it was called Integrated Marketing Communications. And so it was like PR, marketing, advertising, all those kind of areas. And when I graduated college, I worked a bunch of odd jobs and ended up finally getting what I thought was going to be my dream job at an ad agency. And it was not really what I thought it was going to be. And I didn't like it. I only worked there for like 8 months or so. And in that 8 months that I was there, I started to learn about social media and started managing social media for some of their clients at the ad agency. But this was like 12 years ago. So social media was very new back then. And most people didn't know how to do it, and most small businesses didn't even have it at all yet. So I ended up starting my own business doing that. And as I started my own business, I was like, I wish I knew how to create better videos or how to build a website or all this kind of stuff. And so I ended up going back to school, and I got a master's degree in digital media, which was really cool. You know, I did web design, graphic design, and one of the best things that now has really paid off was video. We had a video production professor who came from like the news side of things, like news journalism. So he taught us all of like the.
What university is this?
Oh, I went to Duquesne University. It's here in Pittsburgh.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and but it was so great to just learn from someone who was like a veteran of the video industry, like lighting and sounds and all the stuff that, you know, everyone now has their phones and they're just like recording on the fly, but no one has learned like those basic foundations of like good lighting, good sound, you know, good editing. Everyone just kind of is learning on the fly. So it's nice to have that like textbook knowledge of how to do it.
So you've been doing this for quite some time, and I just want to, I mean, you know, I coach people with starting businesses, and the thing I've been telling people, if you don't have an online presence in this present day, if you're not selling something online, whether you're making $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, you potentially are going to be at a deficit, because you never know if the world might shut down again. So like someone like my buddy here, Chanel, could she start an online store? Could she, because she's not involved with the pet industry, but after this interview, could she say, hey, Tori, I want to get involved with your business?
Yeah, so I think if you're not selling something online, you're leaving money on the table. And so you could have physical products like t-shirts, coffee mugs, tote bags, you know, that kind of stuff. Or you can sell digital products, which all of us have something that we are an expert at, whether you know that you are or not. You just have to kind of think like, what do your friends or your neighbors or people at work always come to you and ask for advice about? And that is like your zone of genius. And you could create a digital product around that. Yeah.
You're gonna get it. The zone of genius. That's going to be our phrase of the day.
Yeah, there you go. So if you just figure out what your zone of genius is, and you could create like an ebook or an e-guide, or you could create a video that you sell to people. It's like, hosted on a private page where you can only get it if you pay for it. There's like so many things you could do. But some of that stuff requires a lot of like technology know-how to figure out. That's why I love the like print-on-demand products, because literally it is so easy. You like upload your graphic or your saying or whatever you have, and it just like automatically goes on these products, and you don't have to ship them out. You don't have to store them. Like, it's very hands-off, which I think is great.
Just to chime in, is WAG, Wear, Repeat, is this your sole baby? Are you doing other things on the side, or is this 100% what you're doing right now?
So as of February 2019, I do this full time.
That. I mean, I'm asking, I need an answer to that, but I mean, because people out there, sometimes people are super afraid, they're super scared, they don't like their job, they don't like the people they work with, now they're afraid of COVID, they're going to be at home anyway, especially there's a lot of single moms that are out there. So what's some encouraging advice you can give to someone, that wants to step out on faith, but then super nervous about starting their own business?
So I think you just have to start. Like, that's number one. Is like you just have to come up with whatever it is that you think you want to do, and just try it. And you're not going to know if you like it or if it's a good idea until you really try it. So I would say just start, and you don't have to go a million percent in immediately. You could kind of do it on the side or do it on a smaller scale and just kind of test it out and see how it is. I was really lucky because for 10 or so years, I did social media consulting. So I had anywhere between 5 and 10 clients that I managed all their social media for them every single day. So I could kind of gradually get rid of clients until I was left last January. I had 2 left and decided to take the leap and quit both of those and go do this full time. So I didn't have to go like 100% from one to the other. I was able to kind of gradually transition. So that was nice. But yeah, just start. And like, it doesn't have to be perfect, because what I do now is not what I did 3 years ago. Is definitely not what I did 7 years ago when I started this. So your idea can change and evolve. Like, you don't have to commit to what you're doing now and do it until you die. You can change it.
I love that. And it's just like Nike, just do it. I mean, just start. I mean, that's always tell people that you're not going to know unless you just try it, and you really just have to, put both fingers in the bucket and go to work. So, let me ask you this. So a person then, do they need their own unique website, or do you supply the website? Like, how does that work? How does it work?
So there's so many things you can do. Like you said that, people have to have a web presence, and I totally agree, but that can mean so many things. So you can have a website that's like wearwagrepeat.com, or you can have, your Instagram and your Facebook can kind of serve as like a little mini website if you're just getting started and you don't want to figure out or pay to get like a whole website put up there. You could just start with only social media, and like you have that link tree thing set up, and yeah, and that's like an awesome thing for people too. If you have different things you want to send people to, you don't have your own website up yet, you could use something like Linktree, which is like a little shortened link you can put in your Instagram bio, and people click on it and it says, book a call with me, buy my merch, do this, do that. There's so many different options. For these like print-on-demand products, it integrates with like 20 or 30 different platforms. So whether you have WordPress or Squarespace or Shopify or Etsy or Wix, it integrates with all of those. So it's actually really cool.
Do you help people, because Chanel, I hope you're taking notes because I'm getting you signed up for this. So Pay attention. Don't be over there snoozing.
Sorry, Chanel.
Sorry, I know. I'm creating work for you.
I'm creating work for you.
No, I'm
It's a
trying.
constant show of him bullying me.
We're making you an entrepreneur today. So,
Okay.
Tori, so, because some of these things, I mean, I get it. I mean, but for someone that might not, that's brand new to the internet, do you have teams that can help a person set all that up, or once they purchase it, are they on their own? Like, who coaches them up how to take your link and put that into a Wix or put that into Facebook or Instagram, bio? I mean, right, Instagram bio, or how to integrate that? Because some of these pro softwares, and things aren't intuitive. Like TikTok and Snapchat, I had to look at a YouTube video. Like Patreon, I just figured out. Like literally, it took me 4 months to figure out Patreon. So
It's so much.
I mean, what do you help people like actually coach them through that, or they buy it and they're on their own?
So I do offer coaching, but I have these online courses where I really put in a ton of information. And if someone enrolls in one of my courses, they'll get everything they need right there. I don't think they're going to need extra coaching because I just put it all in there for them. But you said it yourself, like YouTube. YouTube is the best resource to learn how to do any of these things. I go on there all the time. I love Photoshop, and I love editing photos and creating like artwork in Photoshop. And I'm always looking up tutorials on YouTube, because the thing is, a lot of these programs change. Like, so I have Photoshop through the cloud, so the app like updates on its own all the time. And where a setting used to be last year, it might not be there anymore. So, so that's why I don't do a lot of like technical trainings myself, because it might all change next year. So I send people to YouTube all the time, because you can just learn anything there. I learned how to like patch holes in the walls of my house on YouTube. So you can learn anything on there.
So if a person's interested, I want to do this. What website are they going to?
So if you go to my website, which is wearwagrepeat.com, it's WEAR, wagrepeat.com. There is a menu item right at the top called courses, and that's where I have my 2 main courses right now. Okay.
And I would encourage people, even though Tori is being super modest about everything you need from your video. I mean, I think I'm a marketing guru. I know a lot, but I mean, I think you told me, look, I gotta go. I'm for real. I think I for sure kept you on the phone for at least an hour and a half when we talked.
Oh yeah, we talked for a while last time.
I'm like, I gotta get some more information. I would thoroughly encourage people to take a course with you and get your information. And it can be anyone. I mean, it's such a great thing to have in your wheelhouse as far as understanding how to do online marketing right now. I mean, because with everything that's going on in the world, you just never know if we might get put on, people like to say, shelter and stay or everything. I call it martial law. I like to think draconian. I mean, we don't know if we're going to get stuck in the house. You just don't know. So if you're going to get stuck in your house, you got a computer, you got the internet, getting some marketing classes from you, because marketing is always developing. I'm just thinking, I graduated in '96, so there was no social media. I mean, the closest we had was,
right.
I don't even know, MySpace? No, I don't even know if MySpace was out yet.
No, like Live Journal or something.
Right.
We didn't have MySpace yet.
Pen and paper, a stamp.
Your social media was just stamps.
Right. A payphone on
No,
the
but you know
corner.
what? Honestly, I just thought about it. I can remember when AOL first started. You could be in the chat room, there's no one in there. So I mean, we've seen like the whole wave of marketing. But even for myself, when I think of people that started when I started marketing, some of my mentors, they're like out the game because they won't even touch Facebook. They're just like, it's too much. And even for me, I took a course from I think Cody's like 26 or something, but he's the one that put me on to Calendly, Patreon, Twitch, Patreon, and Calendly, and LinkedIn. Even though LinkedIn is not that complicated, I just was not using those 4 like I'm using now, which totally is everything how we're operating. So, which that's how Dana Humphrey and we met virtually, through our LinkedIn program.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have to, what would be your, you're not a recent grad, but you're closer to graduating from me, and you mastered and taking master classes in this. What are some things, encouragement you can say to someone that might say, oh, you know what, I'm too old, or I'm out of touch, I don't want to deal with, that sounds way too complicated, messing with any of this stuff?
Well, first of all, it's not too complicated. A lot of it's designed to keep you on there and to help you figure it out, because all these apps want you on there. So they do, I think, try to make it easy for users to do it. And there's no such thing as too old. That is like my number one pet peeve, is when people say, I'm too old, I can't do Instagram, or I can't do Facebook, or whatever, because people used to say that to me all the time with my old business, and I hated it so much. I was like, you're not too old, you're maybe just like too lazy to do it. Lucy, sorry.
Lucy agrees. Like, you
Lucy
tell them
agrees. Yeah. So, everyone can figure everything out. It's just a matter of being motivated and wanting to figure it out, and seeing the use of it,
And I think that, I love that. That's going to be another phrase of the day.
No, don't put my name on that.
No, don't put my name.
I'll have some people coming for me.
Tori says, I'll take claim. The other Tori will take claim for that. The boy Tori will take claim for that. No, because like for me, I'll be honest with you, I was lazy. I did not want to learn Snapchat and TikTok.
It's a lot to keep up with, though. It's a lot, and it seems like it's everything. Everything is changing. Once you get accustomed to Snapchat, then here's a whole nother app that you got to get accustomed to. So I've stopped this at Instagram. I don't have any other accounts.
Well,
older people, I know my aunt, she's probably knocking on 70 probably, and she's, just now getting accustomed to Facebook. But, for like some of our seasoned people, it may be, too much trying to keep up. And
the thing is, you don't have to do everything. And the thing is that all of these sites change all the time. Like, I have a huge following on Instagram and really have built a lot of my business on that. But Instagram's changed over the years, and my photos used to get 2,000 likes, and now they get like 500 likes. And it's just changed. Things are just different. And so that's why it's important to have a diverse stream of revenue and do different things and not rely on one thing. So starting a little online shop is a nice way to just have a different source of income and a different area of your business, so you're not dependent. If your Instagram gets hacked and you lose it entirely, you don't want to be stuck with no customer list because you put it all in Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I love that. You don't have to do everything. And I think that's the thing too. People get frustrated because they think they have to do everything. You really don't. Because for the longest, my friend, even these podcasts, my friend was telling me 4 years ago, you should do a podcast. You're like, dude, I don't need any more projects. Don't do any, I didn't even want it. So I would say that do something though. I don't care. Don't just sit around and do nothing. Utilize these platforms, even if you're only doing Facebook, because Facebook now has so many different compartments to it, that you can use. And everyone has something of value. Would you agree, Tori? Everyone can sell something. Yeah. Everyone should be making. You should be making at least $1,000 per month online, residual income, doing nothing.
Well, now with COVID, I think like also consumers are so much more open to spending money with people for virtual services, which is really kind of a cool way that things have evolved. So now people are paying for Zoom calls or FaceTime calls with like their dog trainer. And you can like, people would have never, like a year ago, if you were like, pay me $50 for a virtual training session on FaceTime, nobody would have done that. Yeah.
Right.
So it's really kind of, you got to look at the plus side, and I think this is all kind of going to be good in the long haul because it's forced so many people to like update their systems and like try new things. Yeah.
Awesome.
Because you're right, Chanel, like if you're not creative and you're just like waiting for it to go back to how it was, like that's never gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Super cool. I know you're busy and you're an hour ahead of us out there in Pittsburgh land, and you are getting ready probably are you so super excited because the NFL season's coming back. So are you getting pumped up for football? You and Chanel?
Yeah, I got my black and yellow. No, not really.
Chanel,
I don't have a clue.
Football? Are you ready for football, Chanel?
I'm not. I mean, I guess the excitement of the games with the guys. I don't know.
You're not ready for football, Chanel?
I don't have a clue. Everybody in my family could just say I'm like the clueless person when it comes to sports.
I'm with you. I don't know anything about sports.
Me either. So shameful.
I'm giving Tori a tough time because at Pittsburgh, you guys invented the NFL. Like, I didn't know that was a thing until I met this guy. I'm just sitting here in a meeting, and something came about football, and he went in about Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, he knew every Pittsburgh Steeler fact. Talked about Pittsburgh rituals. Like, I just felt like I got transported to like this whole other country called Pittsburgh, and that it was this whole ritual.
It's called Steelers country, and I live here. Even though I'm not really a citizen of Steelers country, I do live in it.
But I'm saying that's a real thing out there.
Yeah, people are really into it. The Steelers is like its own religion, and there's actually Steelers bars all over the world. So since I went to Duquesne, they have a Italian campus, and it's like outside of Rome. And so like anyone who went to Duquesne went into Rome. There's a Steelers bar like in the middle of Rome that you can go to and watch all the Steelers games and like hang out with people. And there's just like jerseys all over. It's so weird, but there's Steelers bars like that all over the world.
That is super. Chanel, were you aware of this? Did you know about the Steeler phenomenon?
Not at all.
It's a real thing.
Well, I'm really not the expert to be talking about this, so we should probably change topics.
No, we were just that. I just wanted to point that out because you are out there, and that's the thing. That is a real thing. We love Pittsburgh. We love East Coast. Tori, I want to thank you for being on our show today. This was such fabulous information because I am definitely going to get on there and participate. And when you
Good.
When is the next challenge?
So this challenge was so much fun and so successful, and people loved it. It was just really exciting. I'm going to do another one in mid to late September, but that one is going to be about Pinterest. So if you want to learn about Pinterest and growing your audience and your traffic and everything through that, that's what my next challenge is going to be.
Back on the show and talk about, because there's a good one right there. Honest to God, and I think I'm super duper smart. I still don't understand Pinterest, and I know it's not that complicated, but that one I wasn't even motivated.
Now, I'm a part of Pinterest. I like it.
I love Pinterest.
I don't think I utilize it as much as I can or should, but when I do have some downtime, I do a browse on their website. Like, you can get any and everything with recipes, do it yourself, all of those. So,
yeah, it is so great. And on Pinterest, so I'm on like this email list where I am like a Pinterest creator, so I get emails from them with like all kinds of stats and stuff. And during the pandemic, searches for anything pet related was up like 700% because everyone was wondering like how to keep their dog busy, how to train their dog because their dog's like out of control. So searches for anything pet related on Pinterest are like through the roof. In the last year, my traffic on my website from Pinterest has increased 5 times what it was. So, you know, it is really a powerful tool. So I'm excited to teach everyone about that.
Before I let you go, I almost forgot something. Can you talk about your network of like 70,000 plus dog moms?
Yeah. Yeah, so I have grown a pretty big audience. So between my Instagram has like 42,000. On Pinterest, I'm aiming to get 1 million impressions this month. So I'm trying to get there.
I love you because you are so modest. Like anything, even getting like over 5K in Instagram is like godlike. So when you're in 40,000 plus like area, that's just a whole nother, which is, I just want to encourage people too, because it's super cool to have you on your, I feel super blessed, super lucky that you're on and you're taking time to talk. And all the time that I'm just like I'm like a Tori interview vampire. I'm going to get information. But that, people should sign up for your classes and educate yourself, because online is the future. If you can't do something online, you might get stuck and you might go broke. You don't have to, because Tori has the formula. So I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Well, thank you. I'll take that. But yeah, Instagram was kind of like where I started growing that like big a couple of years ago. And that's how I met so many like dog moms and dog people and a lot of the brands that I work with. And that was kind of like where everything started and kind of got me excited about doing what it is that I do now. So yeah, so between Instagram, Pinterest, my podcast, my email list, my blog, I've got like a lot of things going on, but it all adds up to a lot of dog moms.
And then how did you come up with just like targeting like dog moms specifically, or like how did that become a thing? Yeah,
so I'm a single dog mom, and it's hard out here as a single dog mom, but there's a lot of other people out there who I think like one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about like this community that I've built is because as a single woman, sometimes you like don't really want to go places by yourself, or like you just you cancel a lot of plans because you don't want to go by yourself. And I have just found over the past couple of years that one, like taking my dog with me places, I go to like concerts and breweries and all kinds of stuff because I've got my dog, so I don't feel like I'm alone. And then by doing that, I've met other people. And now I have like this whole new group of friends who are dog moms, and we'll call each other up and be like, do you want to go for a hike, together? Whereas for years, I did all that stuff by myself. So that's kind of like what motivates me in the back, is just like, I think that showing women how to live their best life with their dogs can actually really make their life better.
I love that, because Chanelli, you're a single dog mom. You're a single dog mom, Chanelli.
Yes, I know. This works. And me and Bentley, we're everywhere together. He was, going to get oil change with me yesterday. We're always together. My mom's like, he's not a human. He needs to be at home sometime. I was like, no, but I don't like leaving him.
Well, it's just fun because like people come up and talk to you, and like,
and of course he always show, and I'm just like, hey, I'm here too.
I've met so many interesting people. I had my one dog Burt with me. We were at a brewery. I was meeting someone, and then she canceled on me last minute. I was already there. So I was like, well, I'll just stay here with Burt and hang out for a little bit. And all these people came up to talk to Burt. And I ended up meeting someone who was in Pittsburgh. They were visiting from Austin, and they were starting a dog rescue ranch in Austin. And we ended up talking for like 45 minutes. So like, it's just awesome to take your dog out places. And
it's almost like they're the bait to kind of attract
a little wingman.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the power of dogs. I mean, here we are virtually meeting via Zoom.
Yeah.
We're broadcasting, and thank you to all the listeners and viewers out there, because we've been averaging 500 people per episode.
Awesome.
We're not instant things like my counterpart Tori yet. But no, you props to you, because that's a lot of hard work. I'll admit, like, I've just been lazy. I do enough to where we survive and we make money, but I was saving for myself. COVID made me revamp and to go deep back into the social media war zone and out there, because our team, we manage about 15 social media accounts daily.
A lot. Yeah.
Podcast right now, there's about 10 people in the back end doing things. So peace out to the whole Wolfkeeper pack and the fearless leader Rejoice for making all that stuff happen. And I want to thank you so much. I know you got a boogie, but can we bring you back again for the Pinterest?
Yeah. I'll come back in like late September, whenever I get that up and running.
Yeah, let's definitely talk about that. And then also too, I want to bring you back in January, because that's the thing too, that like podcasts are just more than this, but it's so informational, and you have so much information that is super inspirational. And I hope that someone out there is listening, saying, hey, you know what? I want to go start a business online, because I'm going to say it. That's terrible. That's sacrilegious. You're being lazy if you're not making at least $1,000 per month without doing anything online. I said, go get it, because you never know what might happen in this crazy world. So, Tori, thank you so much for being a part of our show today.
Thank you, Tori.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This was so fun, and I'm excited to listen more.
Thank you all for listening to the Wolfkeeper podcast. Tori and Tori today talking about online shows. Chanel Nail, once again, I'm going to talk to you offline, because we're going to get Chanel Nail signed up. She's a dog mom. She needs that help. Go out there, love somebody, be peaceful, don't protest, go promote. Start an Instagram. All right.
Go love dogs.
Love you, dog.
Yeah.